I'm Terry. I'm here in Manhattan for the Raw Food and Yoga Expo, and my first stop is to speak with Teresa and to ask her some questions about raw foods in her family life. Hi, Teresa.
Oh my goodness, thank you. Yes, I'm here for the same thing. It's quite an important issue in my life.
Can you tell me how you were using raw foods in your family? You were raising a family of how many people?
I had 6 children, myself and my husband, so that was 8 people. I was born quite a while ago, and food was different then. It was mostly fresh food. We didn't have the preservatives, we didn't have the refrigerators, but we still had children. And just as children are today, they didn't like vegetables. So the easiest thing was to make stew. Put everything in from the garden, and it was great. They didn't know what they were eating, but they loved it. And as time progressed, so did our way of life. It changed.
And now what do you think about the foods we have now, and how nutritious is that for a family?
Well, actually, the productivity is there. Everything is there, but things have changed. Some of the things that we do aren't the greatest. We can save food for weeks, months, years. At what cost, though? It's preservatives. Is that the way we want to go? I don't think so.
And how do you feel your energy level is when you have healthier raw foods, or when you eat right?
Dramatically different. Dramatically different. I feel alive. I feel like I want to move. I feel like I love the world because I feel good inside.
And may I ask you your age and how long it took you to get here today, and a little bit of that about you, and where do you get your energy level from?
I guess my energy level comes from life. I truly love life, and I guess that's what plant life is, life.
So would you say eating raw foods is more like eating live foods and it gives you life?
Oh, it's great. I have eaten raw food from the time I was a little girl. That's all we had then. And it was great. As a matter of fact, as I reflect with my children, when I cut the grass, it was the most wonderful thing. When I got thirsty, I would grab a tomato from the garden. It would hydrate me, and I have the energy to go on.
There we go. We have it from Teresa. So we're heading off to the expo. Come, join us. Are you curious if your bottled water is safe? I'm with Peter with Waterworks for You, and we're going to find out if it is safe bottled water.
Okay. You know, these bottled waters are very popular today. People are going out and buying designer water in plastic bottles. Plastic bottles are made from petroleum. And guess what? That petroleum leaches into the water. Why don't we do a little test and find out what the pH of this water is?
Let's find out.
I think we're going to be very surprised. I'm going to take a pH reagent here, test the water, and find out what color it is. And as you can see, it's red. Red is very acidic, not very healthy.
Yes, this water is red.
Yes. People are paying good money for bad water in a petroleum bottle.
Yeah.
We have got to stop buying what they're selling and start drinking ordinary tap water again.
So we can take water from our tap and make it healthy.
We can raise the pH and give you the good minerals. We took ordinary tap water, and that's what I'm going to show you, with our machine, our Rejuvenate. I'm just going to spit a little bit of this out, and let's test the pH of ordinary tap water through our rejuvenation process. Good water, when you test it, should turn purple. And as you can see, when I add a drop of the reagent, we now have purple, high pH water. This is the water that'll raise your body's pH and bring you into pH balance. All disease comes from the over-acidification of the body. By drinking good ionized water, we can get rid of the acid, get rid of the disease, and ladies, you're going to like this. You can lose weight as well without dieting, just by drinking water.
This is what we want to know. We want to know how to look good, how to lose weight, and we want our cells to be happy and healthy. Because when our cells are happy and healthy, we're happy and healthy.
Exactly. When we're born, we're 90% water, we're 70% now, and we're 50% when we pass on. So if we can hydrate ourselves with good water, we can slow down the aging process, never get sick, never gain weight, and for us baby boomers, what could be better than drinking good water? You need the water that you order, so don't hesitate to rejuvenate with Waterworks for you.
Hey everybody, I'm with Chris Valentine. He's got a book, a new book. It's so different. I'm not sure how to explain it myself. I'm going to have Chris tell us a little bit more about how we can get guidance from these other beings that really kind of are around us, even though we don't know. Chris?
Yes, well these, Teresa, are the first books in the world written by or channeled from nature spirits. We're the first ones in the world to give a voice to the fairies, the gnomes, elves, and leprechauns, and we also interviewed the pixies for the first time in their brand new book that just came out.
Okay, now back up. Nature spirits, fairies, gnomes, leprechauns, what are they?
They're all connected to the earth. They're very similar to angels. They are builders of form in the universe, and they preceded us, and the world wouldn't be here without them. They help in many different ways. Gnomes, for instance, help with our health. They're connected with our health aura, which a lot of people have known as etheric body or etheric energy.
Chris, how do we connect with these beings?
Well, there's many ways to connect. Of course, going out in nature is a great way. A lot of people have come by our booth today and before and told us we see the nature spirits in Central Park, so that's a great way. But the nature spirits will also come in your home. One of the ways to connect with them is to pick up messages in your mind. They communicate through telepathy, and that's how we channel the books from them. But going out in nature is a great start.
Okay, so now we have a book is this book going to help us to connect with these nature spirits?
Yes. The second and third book, called Seeing and Sensing Gnomes and the Magic of Gnomes and Leprechauns, is specifically written for people that want to learn how to see the gnomes and fairies, how to hear them, and how to communicate with them.
Do you think this is something everybody can do?
Anybody can do this. You do not have to be a psychic medium to see them because they're right here on the physical plane with us. They're just made of a lighter material, as I said, called etheric energy. So they're not as dense as we are as humans, but when you first start seeing them out in nature, they're usually in an outline form. Color, though, will come in the more times you practice.
How long would it take to learn something like this? And can this be self-taught through the use of your book?
Yes, this can be self-taught, and it usually takes about 3 days. You can start seeing them. One of the methods that we tell people is to look into a bush, because when you view nature spirits, it's two-dimensional, and you will start seeing their forms. And what we also tell people is ask them to move, so you know you're not making up the whole thing. Ask them to wave or tell you their name. Start with really simple sentences and things like that.
Chris, tell us a little bit more about your book, and I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued. I see children playing, and they do this type of thing naturally. Is that what they're doing?
Oh, Teresa, you really hit it there. Nature people are very easily seen by children because they're the most open. As we grow up, our subconscious is trying to make us like everybody else and protect us from seeing things. We are the only speakers that go around the country teaching you how to see the gnomes and fairies live during our workshops, and we usually have children in the front row, and they're usually the first to see the nature spirits. And so a lot of times the imaginary friends of children are the fairies and the gnomes.
Chris Valentine, the only one in the nation? Did you say the nation? Only one in the nation that's teaching this right now, and the best way to learn is with this new book.
Thank you so much, Teresa.
Love it. Thanks. Thank you, Chris. Now I have a question about chocolate. Can chocolate be healthy? Can it be good for you? Can it really, really enhance your life? So we are with Julie from Chocolate, and she's going to tell us what she found out about chocolate. Julie.
Hi.
Hi, tell us about this chocolate.
Chocolate is very unique in that it's the real thing. It's cacao. Anytime you process chocolate, it might taste really good, but it's not necessarily so good for you.
Okay, now this chocolate is cacao. You mean like wow, like it's really, really
Wow,
great?
sounds
What do you mean?
I'm not stuttering. It's actually called cacao. It's the root of all chocolate. So I combine raw organic ingredients because they're so rich in nutrients and enzymes, but I tried to keep it healthy and sexy and delicious. So we added all kinds of ingredients to make it taste good, bejeweled dates, agave nectar. So it's actually a superfood disguised as a truffle.
Now, do we have like fat in here? Do we have sugar in here? Do we have gluten in here? Do we have all those things we're trying to get away from?
Gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free. The fat is good fat. There's good, all fat, all calories are not created equal. So there's good fats. And
I think we should try this chocolate. I want to find out about healthy chocolate.
I want you to taste it too.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
This is one of our truffles coated in cacao nibs. It's a crowd pleaser.
Okay, now I have a piece of chocolate here. It doesn't have a flavor?
It's dark chocolate. They're all dark chocolate.
Okay,
The coatings are different.
let's try a little dark chocolate with a special coating. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. This is good. All right, I love it.
And I never get tired of the reaction. We get all kinds of wows. People can't think that healthy and delicious could be used in the same sentence, but some things are too good and they're true.
Now, could you eat this chocolate if you were diabetic?
The only way we can make claims is if we do thousands of humans in a trial, but in vitro, we did test and it's a low glycemic index, 26.8, which is really low.
So it has a low glycemic index. The number was 26.8. How does that compare to like a carrot?
I'm not exactly sure, but I know on the scale, anything below 50 is considered low. So the food scientists were shocked. They were calling all over the place. How can it be low? I said, look at the ingredients.
What would the glycemic index be on, say, like a regular piece of chocolate?
It can be anywhere from the lowest I've seen, it doesn't mean the lowest there is, but the lowest I've seen is like 75, 80, but usually it's above 100, which means high glycemic index.
Okay, so we've gone from a glycemic index, which is typically over 100, to a glycemic index that's under 30. So I think we're okay here for healthy chocolate. I love it. Now, is there something else we could try?
Another flavor?
Let's try another flavor.
This is a nice smooth texture. You had cacao nibs, this is cacao powder on the outside.
Okay, cacao powder. Let's check it out.
It's really good.
This is so good.
I know.
This is so good.
We get wows, we get all kinds of reactions. I never get tired of it.
How do I get it? How do I get it? How do I get it?
You can call 877-CHOC-ALIVE or CHOCALIVE.com. And we're just branching into the city. We were hand rolling everything. We finally got a machine to do the rolling for us. So we're getting ready for prime time. So just call that number and we'll get it to you.
Okay, so it's
877-CHOC-ALIVE. CHOCALIVE.
877-CHOC-ALIVE. CHOCALIVE. 877-CHOC-ALIVE. You're gonna love it. Thank you. Love it.
It's obviously dark crunch, right?
Can you cure yourself with food? Specifically, can you cure cancer with food? Let's find out. Let's speak with Brenda Cobb, who's an expert on the topic, and find out more. Brenda.
Yes, well, I can tell you, you can cure cancer with living foods, raw and living organic foods. In February of 1999, I was diagnosed with breast and cervical cancer, and the doctors told me if I didn't do surgery, chemo, and radiation, that I would be dead in less than a year. I knew that would not work because it wouldn't heal anything. And so I decided to look for a natural way. I started eating organic, raw, and living foods, fruits, vegetables, and sprouts. And did you know that in less than 6 months, I was completely cancer-free? My doctors were amazed, so amazed, he started sending people to my Living Foods Institute so I could help them to heal in a natural way. It absolutely works.
Brenda has a way. She found a way for herself, and I think I'm going to ask her how we can learn more from her. Brenda, how would we learn how to do this? How would we learn this?
Well, I have a wonderful Living Foods Institute, so you can come and join us for 10 or 12 days. We'll get you in the kitchen, hands-on. You get to learn how to make all the foods. We'll cleanse and detox your body. We'll help you to begin a new positive mental thinking, work on healing your emotional self, and the physical body can heal. Another way you could do it is you could read my book, The Living Foods Lifestyle, and it has recipes and protocol to start at home. And then a great DVD for people to listen to is this Healing Cancer DVD. And it is very powerful and really tells you what works. There's not only am I on the DVD, but a lot of medical doctors talking about how really chemo and radiation and all those other methods don't work to heal, and how changing our diet and our lifestyle can really help the body heal.
And the next question I have is people who have been treated with chemotherapy and radiation, how can they heal using nutrition?
I I get so many people that have already gone through chemo and radiation, and we encourage them even more to come, to learn, to get on the program for these reasons. First, to detox their body and get all the residues of those treatments out. Next, to change their nutrition, and again, healing their mental and emotional self so that we prevent the problem from coming back. Because you may know that many people that get diagnosed with cancer and they do traditional treatments, their cancer returns with a vengeance. So,
Brenda, how could we reach you? How could we contact you in the future?
you can reach me through my website at livingfoodsinstitute.com. You can email me at brenda@livingfoodsinstitute.com, and you can call me on my toll-free number at 1-800-844-9876.
There you have it. And Brenda is here to tell us her story, and she looks wonderful. Let's find out more. Go to the website. Thank you. Can you cure yourself of chronic illness? Can you cure yourself of chronic illness with food? This has really been a question. So we have hard proof here. We have data. I'm with Paul Neeson, who did this. So we're going to find out how he did it. Let's talk to Paul. Paul, what was the illness you had, and how did you do it? How did you heal?
Well, I was diagnosed with something called inflammatory bowel disease, which is also known as ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. And that happened at 19 years old. My doctor told me there was no known medical cure. She's right. There was no known medical cure. But just because there's no known medical cure doesn't mean there's no known cure. What I actually did was everything my doctor told me to do to get better, but I wasn't getting better, I was getting worse. So then I thought maybe my doctor wasn't good, so I went to other doctors, and I did everything they told me to do, and I wasn't getting better, I was getting worse. And then I got wise. I started doing the opposite, and I got better.
He started doing the opposite, and he got better.
My advice
What's
is...
the opposite?
Well, my advice is you find the most popular doctor around, whatever they say, do the opposite, and you'll be very healthy. Now, not all doctors are bad. Emergency room doctors are wonderful. If I get in a car accident, don't tell me to eat an apple, send me to the emergency room. Those doctors are a blessing. However, if we put something in our body that's creating illness, the answer isn't to take some drug to deal with the pain. The answer is to get rid of what's causing the problem. So if you eliminate what's causing the problem begins to go away. So what I did basically was I eliminated all the unhealthy things I was eating, the processed dairy, the processed meat, and the sugars, and all these other snacks and candies that the common person eats on the standard American diet, which spells sad, by the way. And I just replaced it with fresh fruits and vegetables, and I got better from my condition, and I've been helping other people get better from these conditions as well. Then I also found out there's a connection between stress and our health. So I had to eliminate stress. So the first thing I did to eliminate stress was I eliminated my doctor, and right away I felt better. Now, I want to clarify something up. Since I am from Brooklyn, I just want to let everyone know I didn't eliminate my doctor. I just stopped going to visit her. It's very important that we know that. But I moved to a more stressless environment. I changed my lifestyle all around and just incorporated more healthy things in my lifestyle and in my thinking, more positive thinking. And I also developed a relationship with the divine. And I wrote a book called Health According to the Bible, which talks about fruits and vegetables. And it's all around. It's from the beginning of time, man was eating fruits and vegetables in the Garden of Eden. And they say, well, that was back in the Garden of Eden. Well, we're in New York right now. There's a store down the block called the Garden of Eden, and they sell fruits and vegetables. It's not difficult to get. People say, well, it must be hard to eat fruits and vegetables. Not when I checked. It's pretty easy. People say they want food fast. Well, McDonald's is fast, but eating an apple is much faster.
I think we can really learn a lot from Paul. Paul, what is the book that we can tune into?
Well, I have several books. I have Raw Life, Raw Knowledge. They're all on my website, which is paulneeson.com. However, my latest book is called The Daylight Diet. What I have found is not only are we addicted to overeating on food and unhealthy food, but people are addicted to eating when it's dark outside. But we don't understand, when the lights go out, if there wasn't artificial light inside, we wouldn't be eating. We'd be getting ready for sleep. But that's when most people start stuffing their faces, and that's why people can't sleep, and they complain they have insomnia. No, stop eating late at night and you'll sleep fine and you won't have bad dreams. So people are overeating, and that's a big cause of people's problems.
Paul makes a lot of sense to me, and he definitely has come a long way, and I think we can learn a lot from Paul. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and I hope everyone out there takes the fruits and vegetable message to heart and eats fruits and vegetables for your heart. It's great all around, and if you're not from New York, we need to get a translator so everyone can understand what we're saying, right?
Fruits and vegetables, no matter what state you're in, fruits and vegetables, that's the way. Ice cream is Is it good for you? Can we really have it organically and be healthy? Let's find out from Matt. Matt is with Exotic Superfoods. Let's find out about ice cream. Can we have healthy ice cream?
Hi, how you guys doing? Let me show you a durian ice cream which has nothing added to it except some raw chocolate powder and some durian, which is an exotic fruit from Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand. This ice cream is just the fruit blended up and put into this container. There's no additives, no sweeteners, nothing of any kind. That's a concentrated sugar that will enter your body and increase your blood sugar. This is some of the tastiest
How
ice
does
cream.
it taste? How does it taste?
I find the taste delicious. Durian is my favorite. I go crazy for durian. Everybody who sees that we have durian at this expo, they can't believe it. They come here, they go crazy, they buy tons of it. People come running over the table. I heard about durian ice cream. Where did you get it? And then someone tells them, they come running over to buy the durian. This is a truly exotic treat for anyone to have who likes ice cream but doesn't want the artificial sweeteners or a nut-based ice cream or dairy or anything like that. This is an amazing product.
What do you think? Should we try it? Let's try it.
You want to try it?
Let's try it.
All right. Let's give you a nice sample here. The chocolate durian.
Chocolate durian ice cream.
That's unique, huh?
I know why this booth is so busy. This is really delicious.
Interesting.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you guys very much.
Very much. What is wheatgrass? Is it good for us? What does it taste like? I'm going to find out from Giovanni. He has a company, he has a product. Let's find out more. Tell us about wheatgrass.
Hi, I'm Giovanni from Greengrass Life. Pretty much Greengrass Life, we produce organic wheatgrass. Wheatgrass has tons of nutrients, primarily is digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes break down your bowel movements and you have consistent and good bowel movements. Give you great energy first thing in the morning. It's 70% chlorophyll, so that's great. And also I use this little piece here as an aftershave, believe it or not. So after I shave, I put it on my face and leave it on for about 10 minutes and then I rinse. So it provides that instant chlorophyll, but it has so many other benefits that I won't have any time in this interview to go through it. But liver detoxification, and it's just so, it's an essential for me. That's why we came up with this great product, and this great tasting is not bitter at all.
Now the product, how fast do you have to consume it from when you dilute it?
I would say you really want to consume it within a 15-minute time period. After that, the enzymes start dying out. So I would definitely recommend doing it a straight shot right after you juice it.
Okay, we've just juiced some wheatgrass and I haven't had it. I'm going to try it. I'm a little skeptical.
Give it a shot.
Wheatgrass.
Wheatgrass, enjoy. Just swish it in your mouth and let it mix your saliva and swallow.
You know what? I like it. You got to keep your liver happy.
That's right.
Have green grass. Green grass for life.
Greengrass Life. Thank you very much. Have your raw foods and vegetables, and this is to start the day with great energy. Thank you.
Fruits and vegetables. Green grass. Thank you. We're with Mark Becker at the Yoga and Raw Food Expo here in Manhattan. And Mark, what encouraged you to put this together?
Well, it's been a long time coming. In 1975, I opened up the first yoga center, and it was also the first place you can buy wheatgrass juice, herbs in bulk, etc. And because it was us yogis were the first vegetarians and the first people to eat living food, raw foods, because we believe in something called ahimsa, which is nonviolence, not killing animals. So I published Newlife magazine, and I published New York Yoga magazine. And I've been doing the Newlife expos here in New York City for 19 years. It's a little bit different because besides yoga and raw food, it's holistic health, alternative medicine, metaphysical, spiritual, environmental. But I knew if I can concentrate just on the yoga raw food topic, which is closest to my heart, that people would come. And the reason being is that living food, raw food, is the diet of the future. We have some incredible restaurants in New York now, health food stores, organic. Everybody's becoming organic. Everybody's kind of jumping on our bandwagon.
So not just organic, but raw food. And out of everything you've seen today, what inspired you? What are you going to take home with that's going to be new and different for you?
Well, I have a water purifier, but now I'm going to get the acid alkaline water purifier, which I knew about it but now it makes the most sense, especially after moderating the raw food panels. Most disease is caused by acidity in the body, and so if we can get the acidity out of the water and drink alkaline water and make our body alkaline, we're less likely to get cancer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We're less likely to get older. And yoga and raw food keeps us young.
Yoga and raw food keeps us young. And how about the people we're with, the people that came here? What did you think of the people that were exposed to this?
The people that come here, as you can see, they're so vital. They're vibrant. Their eyes are blue. Not just blue, but they're alive and they're energetic and they care about their health and they're conscious and they want to grow as much as they can. And they come here. So many people actually meet their mates here. Because a lot of times you have a feeling and you go into your town or neighborhood and not that many people agree with your philosophy. And
Yes.
here you're meeting all these people and you go, it's like going home.
It's here. So this is where we have people of like minds coming together, learning, sharing, exploring, and going back, improved, better, changed. Thank you so much, Mark. This was a pleasure. A 3-day event that I think was just phenomenal, and I just can't wait till you run this again. When will you be doing this again?
The next Newlife one is October 16th, 17th, and 18th, here at the Hotel New Yorker. We're at newlifeexpo.com. They can see it all online. In fact, anybody that missed anything, if they go to nyyogaexpo.com, they can get the downloads, DVDs of all the different lectures and panels.
Excellent. Okay. October 2009, we're going to do this again.
Also, one more
Also.
thing. Also, everything is recorded, so they can actually get CDs and tapes of everything here too.
So you didn't miss anything. If there's something you want to know more about, we know how to get it to you.
Y'all come back.
Y'all come back. Dr. Christian von Lahr is going to give us a simple technique that we can try at home in our office just to help with our focus and help us to expand our vision.
Excellent. This is a technique that I developed because anybody can do this. There's this energy around our hands that keeps us healthy. It's all over our body, but we see it prevalently around our hands. If we see this energy, it helps us understand the metaphysical principles that are at play. We understand that we are made of energy. And most other things we're trying to connect with, like for manifestation or seeing the other side, is energy. But everybody can use this technique. Everyone can see the energy around their hands.
And what do we need to do this technique?
This technique is so simple. You need just a plain piece of white paper that you put a little round dot on. It should be small, like 1/8 of an inch or less. And we have to trick the eyes to not use depth. So what we're going to do is put our fingers approximately a pen height or a finger height above the paper. We're going to spread them apart, a pen width apart or a finger width apart. We're going to line that dot up with the top of our fingers. And if we have our eyes just stare at the dot, we will start seeing with the outer part of our eyes, which are the cone of the rod part, and we will see our fingers glow. Most people don't perceive energy in colors yet, so it will glow white. But if you keep doing it, it'll also start turning greener or greenish blue.
And how long would it take to see the color change from white to, say, another color?
Okay, first of all, we'll see the white in about 30 seconds to 60, 90 seconds, okay? It's very easy to do. It takes about 2 or 3 times. It isn't the amount of times, it's 2 or 3 attempts, and your subconscious mind gets the gist of what you're trying to accomplish.
So this is a practice.
This is something you can do in a few minutes.
steady practice. This will help with our focus, and this will help with our picking up on energy in our environment.
It helps our subconscious accept the fact that we're made of energy. And from then on, we open ourselves up to all the realms of metaphysics.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Doctor. We will definitely be doing this later in the office.
Okay.
Thank you.